ABC series Will Trent follows the off-center special agent as he uses his unique point of view to solve cases with the Georgia Bureau of Investigations. Let's take a look.
Something's not right.
But what it is ain't exactly clear.
Somebody was carried out of the house without an Amber Alert. There's a kidnapping.
Always with the three-piece suit, like every day's your wedding day.
On my funeral.
Why Will Trent, of all people?
He's good police, and he's objectively hot.
Plus, I have a good memory.
Hot and the three-piece suit, no doubt. Actor Ramón Rodríguez is back in the house to unpack the series as the freshman season comes to a close. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me. Nice to be here in person this time.
Yes, and I heard you just got some big news. Tell us about that.
We just heard today that the show was picked up for a season 2. So it's really, really exciting. I'm excited to put back on that three-piece suit down in Atlanta. But we're all thrilled. The writers, you know, the cast, everyone, we all spoke today. And it's pretty exciting, you know, that we get to go and dive back into the show that we've created.
And do you get a sense, you know, I'm not sure how it works with the series, like if it were to continue, what that next season might look like? Is there any kind of discussion potentially before you know that you've got the green light to continue on?
Yeah, so you know, we have those conversations with the network. Being a producer, I get to be a part of those conversations with our showrunners, and so we talk to them and we sort of present to them some ideas about what season 2 might look like. And you know, it's fun about when you do a series, especially season 1, you're sort of learning what's working, what's not. And we were airing at the same time while we were filming. So in real time, we were sort of learning what the audience was responding to and what we were learning through just in the process. You know, trying to expand on these cases so it's not just a case per week seemed to be something we all really gravitated towards. You get to kind of invest more into the cases, especially when they deal with, you know, it's somehow related personally to the characters. So we're excited to do that.
And part of this season, we see Will Trent go undercover as Bill Black. How is that as an actor to portray a character who's portraying another character?
Right. It's exciting when you get the opportunity to really sort of dive into another sort of role within a show. So Bill Black couldn't be more different than Will Trent. You'll see that in tonight's episode. I believe it airs. I mean, I don't know if this is live. If it is, it airs tonight.
Yes.
And so, yeah, Bill Black is a character that comes from the books. You know, this is a character that Will Trent creates to go undercover on a case. Very different looking, very different energy. So as an actor, it's thrilling to be able to sort of put on a whole other hat within the same show.
And when you were here with us last time, you were talking about how one of the aspects that you really liked about the show was that there was some levity, even though you're talking about really heavy things. How do you feel that Will Trent is different from other law enforcement shows?
I think you just said it. I mean, one of the things we do, we're able to navigate some themes and topics, some very serious life stuff that these characters are struggling with: dyslexia, addiction, diabetes, in the midst of some pretty heavy crimes. And then at the same time, we have these moments of levity where we're singing a Hall & Oates song while we're trying to crack a case, or we've got Betty and all the wonderful things that she brings to the show. So I think, you know, to be able to navigate that terrain of some pretty heavy subjects, but always being mindful to have some levity and have some moments where you get to release and laugh. That's something the writers, we all talk about constantly. It's a fun thing that kind of gives it that little difference that maybe other shows don't have.
Something else that's a lot of fun, you mentioned Betty, the diva. Tell us about this sidekick. And for people who don't know, Betty is a dog.
Betty's a dog. Her real name is Bluebell. She's a Chihuahua, and she is just a star. You know,
she gets flown in.
She gets flown in. She comes in from Florida. She really does. And sometimes, in fact, we had to do a little PSA for a dog shelter. She wasn't available. Like, sometimes she's not available.
Goodness.
We have to check with her agents. There's no eye contact. She rolls in her own bus. She has her own trailer. I've created a whole backstory for the dog. But, you know, honestly, Betty she's a pretty incredible performer. She's a pro. She's been on other movie sets. You know, she hits her marks. Not her first rodeo. And she might have the best life of all of us.
I bet.
She comes in, does her scenes, gets a little treat for every good thing, flies right back to Florida.
I'd like to end where we started, because we were saying that you're going to get a new season. You were saying that you would have some ideas. Can you give us a little, without any spoiler alerts, the direction you might be heading?
We can't give too much. We got to get through airing this season first. But I will say, you know, we are very much paying attention to the things that people respond to and what audiences respond to. And so, you know, diving deeper into these characters, you can count that that's something that's going to happen. I will say this, and this isn't a spoiler of sorts, but people that are fans of the books, there's a character in the books that I know people love named Sarah.
Okay.
That she was actually in the books prior to Will Trent. I know the audience is really, they're all sort of writing and always saying, when is Sarah coming into the picture? That's something that might be explored. I'm not going to say it is or isn't.
All right.
But
It's
there's
a good
potential.
possibility
It's a
there.
good possibility.
Ramón Rodríguez, thank you so much. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Really appreciate you coming.
Appreciate you having me.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.